We are now taking a very challenging problem which has been asked in JEE Advanced 2020 paper 2, and in this question they have given us two functions f and g. About the function fx, they have given us that this f is satisfying this functional equation f of x plus y equal to fx plus fy plus f of x into f of y, and then they have given us a relation between fx and gx, that fx is equal to x times g of x. After that, they have given us another information about gx, that limit x approaching to 0, g of x is equal to 1. Now based on this information, they are asking which of these options are correct. Now in the first two options, they are asking us to find out the differentiability of f and g, and in the third and fourth option they are asking us the value of f dash 0 and f dash 1 to verify whether both of them are equal to 1. Now to start with, what I will do is I will first take the relation between f of x and g of x. They have given us that f of x is equal to x times g of x. The same information can be written as gx is equal to f of x divided by x. Now about gx, what they have said is limit x approaching to 0, g of x is equal to 1. But what is gx here? Gx I have written it as f of x upon x. So I will write limit x approaching to 0, f of x divided by x. This value should also be equal to 1 because gx is nothing but f of x upon x we have written. Now if x is approaching to 0, I can actually derive two important things from here. The first conclusion what we can make is, when x is approaching to 0 means the denominator is 0. So in that case the numerator should also approach to 0. Only then you can get a finite value of this limit. That means your f0 should necessarily be equal to 0 only. Only then this limit will exist. Otherwise it will become something upon 0 will tend to infinity. So limit will not exist. So for existence of limit, your f0 should be equal to 0. First thing. Second important thing is, if I use the L'Hospital rule in this particular limit, what I get is limit x tending to 0, first derivative of numerator which is f dash x divided by derivative of denominator, because the function is tending to 0 by 0 form. So I can use the LH rule over here. So what I get is this value should also be equal to 1. The value of this limit is 1. If I apply L'Hospital rule, then again this limit should also be equal to 1. That means if I am approaching to 0, my f dash x will be equal to 1. This gives me another important conclusion, that f dash 0 is equal to f dash 0 is equal to 1. So these are the two important information we get from here. Now going ahead, I will now make use of this particular functional equation which says that f of x plus y is equal to fx plus fy plus f of x into f of y. Now here this equation will be holding for all real values of x. So I can take y as some value, say h, where h is a very small number approaching to 0. So if I write y is equal to h in this equation, what I get is f of x plus h, and this f of x I am taking on the left hand side. Why I am doing it is because this can be written in the form of the derivative of fx. So to find out the value of f dash x, I am doing all this. So my fx comes on the left hand side. Now this becomes f of y. I can take common, then fx goes on to the left hand side. I can take f of y as common, and what is y? I have taken it as h. So I have taken f of h common. This becomes 1 plus f of x. Now what I do is I will divide by h in both the side. Why? Because this will give me f dash x in the left hand side. We know that when limit h is approaching to 0, f of x plus h minus fx divided by h is nothing but f dash x, and here also I will take limit h tending to 0. I have divided h in both the sides, so here also I will divide it by h. Now if you pay attention here, 1 plus f of x is basically, for h it will be a constant because 1 plus fx does not depend upon h, and the limiting variable in this question is h. So for h approaching to 0, this 1 plus fx will be treated as a constant, so I will write it as 1 plus f of x outside, and I have the limit h approaching to 0, f of h divided by h, and the left hand side is nothing but f dash x. Now you can see we have already written limit x tending to 0, fx upon x is equal to 1. So what does this give us? From here this entire value becomes equal to 1. So if this value becomes equal to 1, what is my f dash x? From here my f dash x becomes 1 plus f of x. Now this is nothing but a differential equation. If I write f of x is equal to y, what is my f dash x? My f dash x becomes dy by dx. So I can write this as dy by dx is equal to 1 plus y, taking y is equal to f of x. If I take y equal to f of x, this becomes a differential equation which can be variable separable form. I can divide 1 plus y in both the sides, so I get dy upon 1 plus y becomes equal to dx, and then if I integrate both the sides, what I get is integral of dy upon 1 plus y is log of 1 plus y, and integral of dx is x, and plus I will put a constant of integration. Now to find out this constant of integration, we know that at x is equal to 0, value of y is equal to 0. This we have already got it. So I will write y equal to 0 and x equal to 0. Log 1 will become equal to 0, and the right hand side x becomes equal to 0. So this gives me the constant of integration c also equal to 0. So this gives us a relation that log of 1 plus y is equal to x. That means if log comes on this right hand side, this becomes e to the power x. So 1 plus y becomes equal to e to the power x. So this gives us y is equal to e to the power x minus 1. This is what we need, because once we get this y, which is nothing but f of x, so what we get is we here got f of x which is e to the power x minus 1. So if f of x is e to the power x minus 1, what is g of x? Because we know that gx is nothing but fx upon x. So this means our gx is equal to e to the power x minus 1 upon x. That means we got fx also, we got gx also. Now the question is solved, because now we can simply say if this is fx e to the power x minus 1, then this fx is always continuous and differentiable for all real values of x, because e to the power x and 1 does not have problem anywhere as far as the continuity and differentiability is concerned. So our first option, which is f is differentiable for all real values of x, is correct. So our option A is the right answer. Second thing, he is saying if g of 0 equal to 1. Now here if you see this e to the power x minus 1 upon x, this is not defined at x equal to 0, but in the question they have said if x at x equal to 0 my gx is equal to 1, that means g of 0 is 1, and if I evaluate the limit of this gx at x is equal to 0, what I get is limit x tending to 0 e to the power x minus 1 upon x is also equal to 1. So the function becomes continuous at x equal to 0 because f0 is equal to 1, and also similarly we can also prove that the function is differentiable also at x equal to 0. Now this function can have problem only at x equal to 0, otherwise this function is always continuous and differentiable. Now by taking g of 0 equal to 1, this problem is also solved. So our function gx now becomes continuous as well as differentiable at x is equal to 0. So our option B is also right. Option C is very simple. Once we got f of x, we can easily say what is the value of f dash x, the derivative of e to the power x minus 1, that is f dash x becomes equal to e to the power x. Now if f dash x is equal to e to the power x, what is f dash 1? Put x is equal to 1. So this gives us that f dash 1 is basically equal to e, but here it is saying that f dash 1 is equal to 1. So this is not the right answer, because our f dash 1 comes out to be equal to e. Secondly, f dash 0 we have already got, otherwise also we can easily find out. Our f dash x is e to the power x, so our f dash 0 will be equal to 1. Okay, we also got it here, f dash 0 is equal to 1. So the derivative f dash 0 is equal to 1 is the right answer. So finally we get option A, option B and option D are the right answers to this question.